welcome back to Movies for Authors. This is MB Mooney, author extraordinaire, kind of going through your movies here and trying to give you some pointers as writers about the kind of things we can put in our books and our novels that we can learn from some of these great movies. And today we're doing Chef by Jon Favreau. If you don't know who Jon Favreau is, he's done the Iron Man movies and he did Swingers. That's kind of where he made a name for himself back in the day. He's done some acting, a lot of directing and filmmaking. And he wrote, produced, and directed this movie. It's a kind of an indie film, but because he kind of has a name for himself now, he got some of these bigger actors to be in it with him. People like John Leguizamo, Scarlett Johansson, Oliver Platt, Dustin Hoffman, even Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man himself has a little bit part in it. And so it's really a great movie. And the gist of the movie, the kind of core story of the movie is Favreau plays this chef who thinks he's got a perfect job, thinks he's got a perfect life, even though other people think he's miserable, that he's got this perfect life, and yet he gets a really bad review by a popular food blogger. And because of that, it kind of throws his whole life into disarray, and he's really trying to figure out his life again and who he's become and how does he get back to this place where he's happy making food that he wants to make, right? So that's kind of the gist of the movie. The movie has some great characters. It's got a great story. It's very well written. It's got some redemptive themes about a man living his dream or finding out what that dream even is, what makes him happy, and reconnecting with his son. That whole father-son redemptive theme is always great. So let's get to the quote of the movie. All right, in this one particular scene, he's kind of fixing up this food truck. They start serving some sandwiches. They're giving away sandwiches to these guys who help them fix up the food truck. And his son, who's like 10 or 11, is there with him. And one of the sandwiches gets burnt as they're toasting it. And the kid was like, oh, we're giving them away. We'll just give it to him. What does it matter if it's burnt or if it's not perfect? And so Favreau, his character, pulls his son out of the food truck, pulls him to the side, and this is the conversation that happens. And the chef says, "Is this boring to you?" And his son says, "No, I like it." And then the chef says, "Well, I love it. Everything that's good that's happened to me in my life came because of that. I might not do everything great in my life, okay? I'm not perfect. I'm not the best husband, and I'm sorry if I wasn't the best father, but I'm good at this. And I want to share this with you. I want to teach you what I learned. I get to touch people's lives with what I do, and it keeps me going, and I love it. And I think if you give it a shot, you might love it too." All right? It's a great quote. It's a great moment in the film. Really describes his character and kind of one of the main themes, both of the main themes of the film. It's great dialogue. And we should always, as authors, notice when there's a great line and great dialogue. As jealous as it might make us, we have to recognize when someone's really written something very well, okay? All right, so what should writers notice about this movie? What should authors notice, all right? Besides some of the great dialogue, we could look at the great inciting moment at the beginning. It's a great moment. The universal themes I've already talked about. But what I really want to look at for today, for authors, is this. It's kind of the secret society aspect of writing, right? We as readers, we as people, as people, consumers of entertainment, we love stories that give us kind of a behind-the-scenes look at some secret society, something that we don't normally get to see. And in this movie, it is kind of the food service industry. What does it mean to be a high-dollar, high-profile chef? What is that? What kind of person would that be? And we get to see kind of behind the scenes in this world, and it's done very well. It's very valid. It's very authentic, okay? Obviously, Favreau did a lot of research for this, and it's really well done. But we love stories like this. We love stories where we get to get a peek into a secret world. And a lot of good stories do this, whether it's stories about the mob, or vampires, or lawyers, or teachers, or politicians, or the police, right? I mean, like as we see kind of behind the scenes of how things work, like we see kind of what police do on the street, but how do they interact with each other back at the, back at the headquarters or whatever, right? I mean, like, we love to see that kind of stuff. Then the drama that goes on behind the scenes, we love those kind of things. And so as you're writing your stories, think about that. Think about what you know or what you can research, and give people kind of a behind the scenes look at some secret world that they may not otherwise get to kind of see kind of a touch of, or a peek into. And if not, make one up, right? I mean, like vampires or werewolves, I mean, like a lot of fantasy, they give you kind of the behind the scenes, or this peek into these secret worlds, right? And we love that kind of stuff as readers, even if it's something as common as teachers or chefs, or something fantastical like, you know, whatever, the crew of the, you know, Federation Starship Enterprise, right? I mean, all that stuff we love. So anyway, think about that. As a writer, as you're looking at your stories, how can you kind of incorporate that into your writing? Until next time, this is MB Mooney. Have a good day. Peace.